Remove those collections. Click the link in the description, 40% off. $747 you're going to get it. It's an instant download. Easily dispute items in your credit reports with the Easy Disputes templates. Includes 4 templates and simple instructions. You're going to get the instructions on how to dispute collections in your reports. How to get your 3 credit reports and scores. That's all 3 credit reports and scores from Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Where to send your letters to. Personal information update letter template. 2 different collection dispute letter templates. You're going to get the follow-up dispute letter template. Go ahead, download these templates. You click the 40% off link in the description. You get it for $747 instant download. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Community Wealth. This is going to be an update to my $63,000 Capital One auto loan video. I do want to let you know that I had my vehicle now for a few months. So the video I did was actually an old video, but I didn't want to upload it yet. I wanted to wait a while until everything boils over from, things I was doing earlier, because I don't want them to try to say that those were tied into that and, all that good stuff. So I actually wanted to wait a little while until everything died down and, I have other things in place before I uploaded that video. So I want to show you my credit score at the time when I bought the vehicle. So my credit score at the time when I bought the vehicle, I want to show you that. So, without further ado, let's get it started. Okay, here's my credit score when I bought the vehicle. Okay, this is my credit score back then. Had a 669, 668, and 661. All right, as you see, that's not a 680. And I always say you have to be around 680 where you can see where things can happen. My profile was also okay at this time. All right. Also at that time, I also applied for a credit limit increase on my Navy Federal credit card, which that got approved a few days later. So the same day I applied for the card, I applied for a credit limit increase. I got the credit limit increase, but I was in review for a car loan with Navy Federal. But the next day, I applied for the car loan with CapitalOne, and I was pre-qualified immediately. All right. So yeah, so you need a 680 to see significant progress in obtaining credit. Okay. But you can do it without a 680, as you see, because I wasn't at a 680 when I got this $40,000 car loan. All right. I wasn't at a 680. I was at a 669, 668, 661. And remember, this is the general score. They also have an auto score. They have a bank card score. They have a mortgage score. Okay. So if they use the auto score, this is probably a little lower. All right. I remember back when I tried to buy a car back in 2005, 2006. They were saying as long as you were over a 547, you was good. But of course, you're going to have an extremely high interest rate. But I don't know if that's the case now. I haven't bought a car with a 5, with anything under 600. When I bought the vehicle back in 2018, I had a 775. All right. And I had a decent rate back then, but they gave me Santander. And Santander was approving everybody. You probably could have had rock bottom score, they approved you, right? But Santander approved me, but I had a 775 back then. 780, 775, somewhere up in there. 760. So it was one of the, I remember, because I check my scores all the time. So it was in the high sevens. So between 760 and 780, I was in that range. So now, fast forward to today, my profile look a little better, because back then I only had 2 credit cards. There were 2 bogus credit cards. It was the First Premier, and I had a CapitalOne partial secure. I gave them $99. They gave me $200. Okay, so that's what the CapitalOne. But my First Premier, as I told you in my First Premier video, all I had was a First Premier credit card that was the unsecured, and the CapitalOne was partial secured. Those are the only 2 things I had on my credit. because I had cleaned my credit report and pretty much started from scratch. But now I had, 2.5 years of excellent payment history with Navy Federal. I had an excellent history with American Express, even though that was an authorized user card. I'm an authorized user on that American Express. It's actually not my card. I'm an authorized user on that. So I have the authorized user, and I had the Navy Federal. Okay, that was pretty much it as far as actual credit movement is concerned. All right, I paid off my student loans, so that was paid off. All right, and I paid off the CapitalOne card. They closed it. I paid that off. All right, so that's pretty much it. And I had a repo. So I'm telling you this so you would know that once it doesn't matter what your profile look like, as long as your profile is well rounded. Remember, I had a repo. Now I got the repo to where it shows a zero balance and everything like that. And because I was disputing, going back and forth with some disputes, you can go through my credit repair video. You can see how I did these disputes, as far as disputing stuff off my credit report with collections, how I was disputing information on the repo, how I disputing information on old cards, stuff like that. You will see that in all my credit repair videos. All right. But that lets you know that, hey, long as your profile is well rounded and has some history to it, all right, and you have more positives than negatives, then you'll get approved for some things. So remember, I got approved for a $40,000 car loan, okay, with a 669, 668, 661. And not so long after that, that's when I got approved for the resort membership of $17,000. Okay. But anyway, so that's a short story on that. Actually, story went kind of long, but I just want to show you my credit scores so you'll see, hey, this is what got me this $40,000 car loan. All right. And the interest rate is not that bad. It's not great. I'm pretty sure if I would have got approved through Navy Federal, it would have been a lot lower. And actually, with the CapitalOne, it was a 7, I believe it was 7.5 or 7.45, something like that. But you'll see why I don't remember once I go through, the situation that happened when I bought the car. Okay. All right. This is the car here. All right. This is the truck I got. I got a GMC Acadia Denali. Okay. I got a GMC Acadia Denali. That's what I end up buying. All right. Now here's the situation with that. I went through the website. Okay. As you saw in the last video, once you get pre-qualified, they'll give you their car navigator, and you can go through their website and find different cars in your area a little further out. I think you can go up to like 50 to 100 miles, right? And they'll show you different cars on different lots, all these different lots that's affiliated with them, or they're affiliated with somehow or another. They got this stuff connected with them. All right. And you take your pre-approval letter or your pre-qualified letter to the dealership that you found the car at. Take your pre-qualified letter and you say, hey, look, I got pre-qualified. They just go direct to CapitalOne, plain and simple, right? That's not what I did. All right. I went in there, I had a pre-qualified letter, and the guy said, hey, you think we can would you like to see if you can get us, would you like to see if you can get a cheaper rate? Me, not thinking, I'm like, cheaper rate. All right. Cause the payment was kind of high, higher than what it was before when I had my other truck, because I had another GMC before. So I say, let me see if I can get a cheaper rate, because I would love to have a $400 car note. Who wouldn't, right? So I went in there, I let them do their thing. Now, he told me they were just going to run Equifax. That's it. I didn't have any inquiries on Equifax. So I said, fine. He's going to run Equifax. And he said they're going to run they're going to run GM Financial, and they're going to run through Equifax. Okay. Do not do that. If you get pre-qualified from Capital One, go ahead and use your pre-qual letter, because this is what happened. They ran everything, all right? Remember, I had like a 7.45 interest rate, all right? They ran everything, and I was pre-qualified with Capital One off of my current credit score, what I just showed you. The 669, 660, whatever I just showed you. I don't remember right now. But you just saw it, all right? So I was pre-qualified off of those numbers, okay? They ran them. Come to find out, they ran it through all 3 bureaus. And I got hit about 5 times. Needless to say, I was upset, all right? But I didn't know this until a couple of days later, because I was going out of town after that. So I didn't even check. I was just happy I got the truck. You know, I'm about to go out of town. I literally got the truck the next morning. I went out of town. That's how it was, all right? So I got the truck. I didn't know they was doing all of this. I'm thinking cool. But here's the thing. When they ran it, they ran Ally Financial. They ran GM Financial. They ran Wells Fargo. And I believe it was another one. And they also ran Capital One. But it was 5 different finances altogether. Now, the fact that they ran Capital One is what really made me upset, because I just walked in there with a Capital One pre-qualification. What the heck you running Capital One for? And everybody knows when you deal with Capital One, they hit all 3 credit bureaus. They hit all 3 of them. They hit Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. So I was upset. But again, I didn't know this until I got back from out of town. All right. So, needless to say, I wasn't too happy about all that. But, and also, since they did that, once they ran GM Financial, it was actually higher. The payments were higher than Capital One. But here's why I didn't go back with Capital One. All right, I'm gonna tell you why. Because even though I'm thinking they only hit Equifax, it's the fact that Capital One runs all 3. Yes, I was pre-qualified, but pre-qualified is not approved yet. Now, it's more than likely going to be approved if you don't mess with that. But when they hit it, that dropped my credit score, because, you know, they run it off of the numbers they already see. But once you hit it, boom, now your credit score drops. All right. I don't know how much it dropped from. I had no idea. I don't know if it was 3 points, 2 points, whatever. But they already ran the numbers off of my current credit score that they saw. So now if I try to go run Capital One again, they're going to say, oh, your credit score dropped. See what I'm saying? So I pretty much was stuck with going with GM and its higher rate. All right. Now, the GM rate is like 8.3. And when it all comes down to when I walked out the door, I was end up paying an extra like $100 a month. No, I wasn't thrilled about it, but whatever, you know, I was still happy with the truck. But the fact that I didn't go with my first mind to just walk in there with my Capital One pre-qualification letter and say, hey, run this, I don't care about nothing else, that's my fault. And that's the whole purpose of getting pre-qualified and pre-approved before you go to the dealership, so they won't be trying to pull your leg. You already got your numbers, you're already ready to go. Boom, just give me the truck, let me get out of here. All right, that's what I should have did. But me being like, hey, my credit score good, I got pre-qualified, let me go ahead and see if I can get something cheaper, and I end up messing myself up. All right, so that's a learning lesson for you. When you get pre-qualified or pre-approved, just walk your butt in there and get your vehicle, drive out. All right, walk in there, drive out. Don't go through all that. Let them run your credit, all that crap like that. Don't even do that, because you already ran it. You good. All you got to do is just go in there and get your vehicle. All right. So that's just a little story time for you guys. So let's go in here real quick. Let me show you what's going on with the Capital One joints. So all you have to do is just go to CapitalOne.com. All right. You go up here to auto. All this stuff will come down. So they got the auto navigator and all that good stuff. So what you're going to do is you're going to go here. You're going to get pre-qualified. Don't even worry about finding a vehicle. Just get pre-qualified first. All right. So you click get pre-qualified. All right. You get pre-qualified. You're going to go ahead and click the individual. All right. Or if you're going to do a joint, you could do a joint, but you do individual. All right. So say make sure that you're looking to finance at least $4,000 for a new or used car, truck, minivan, or SUV for personal use, a 2011 model year or newer vehicle with fewer than 120,000 miles, one vehicle that is available at a participating dealer. All right. And that's me. When I shop for cars, I find out what I want and I go to that dealership and I cruise the lot to make sure that vehicle is there. That's all I want. Don't show me nothing else. I want that vehicle. That's how I shop. I don't be sitting there trying to have them figure out what vehicle I want. And I know I did that back in the day. Now with the internet, you can go and you can see exactly what they have on a lot, and you can go and get that car. Now some places will play the game and they say, hey, we have this car like they used to do back in the day. They have it in the ads. Then you go there and that car not there. They're just trying to get you in there. Maybe they should do the infomercials and they should show you all these cars, but then you go there, none of those cars are there. All right. Not now. With the internet, it's more than likely that car is going to be there. I haven't seen a car that's not on the lot yet that I saw online. Okay. So I saw the GMC Acadia and I took my butt there and I got that truck. He said, you want anything else? I said, no, I want this truck. Let me test drive it. I test drive it. I drove it for maybe 5 minutes, brought it back. It was cool with me. I was good. I gunned it and all that good stuff. Checked it out. Went in there. Did all the financing and stuff. Again, once you're pre-qualified or pre-approved, don't let them talk you out of your what you already know. You know it already. Because now you're going into the unknown and you end up in my situation. They hitting your credit and you end up paying more. All right. Now I could have paid less. It's a good possibility. I may have. You know, it's a great possibility. But it ended up being I didn't. All right. So that's just what it is. All right. Now, once you get to individual, you go to put in your personal information, all right? Go in and you put in all this information, all the good stuff, and go all of that. Before you know it, you'll be down here and you'll see if you're pre-qualified or not. It's very simple. It took me maybe maximum, I say it took me maybe 5 minutes. And it said $63,000. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much it, guys. I mean, like I said, I did all of that. I got the vehicle I like. You know, it was actually a nice vehicle. You know, it drives very well. They got some good pickup. You know, I looked at the Denali for a couple of years. Ever since, you know, I got rid of the other vehicle. I won't say I got rid of it. You know, I'll be telling you a fib if I say that. They actually came and got it. But I was looking at Denali for a while. You know, so I got the Katie Denali. I'm happy with it. That was the closest to my location. So I went up there and I had it. Boom. I liked the color. Everything was nice about it. All right.